Hey everyone, Alan Schimmel, DevOps TV, DevOps.com, here on the floor of IBM InterConnect, joined by Rosalind Radcliffe, one of our friends from IBM. And of course, Rosalind is a distinguished engineer and an expert on IBM Z systems, DevOps, multi-speed, a whole bunch of things. As well as the author of several DevOps for Dummies books, numerous other papers. So Rosalind, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about today, about choices. Sounds like a David Bowie song. Choices that people have in using repositories and different solutions and so forth. So for instance, I wanted to really hone in on Git versus, let's say, RTC. And for those of our audience who may not be familiar with RTC, it is Rational
Team Concert.
Yep.
Rational Team Concert is our modern, fully integrated, collaborative development environment. Does work items, planning, tracking, SCM, build, reporting, fully integrated into the collaborative lifecycle management solution, integrated with Urban Code Deploy for deployment. It's a full solution for your end-to-end organization from a DevOps standpoint. And we had Rabobank speaking today about their end-to-end solution using Rational Team Concert and Urban Code Deploy. And it was a wonderful session, lots of clients in the room, and it was great to hear how they were talking about that it's live. It's the payment system for the Netherlands. For the Netherlands. It's amazing. So it's a great solution, but you need choices.
So actually, we're talking to Rabobank tomorrow, and I'll be sure to hone in on that. But you do need choices, Rosalind, and there are plenty of people who, outside of their Z systems, are already using Git or Git Enterprise. They may even be using the Bluemix hosted Git Enterprise solution, and it's not one size fits all. But when we talk about the Z systems group, RTC certainly has some baked in extras, goodies in there that maybe Git doesn't offer.
Well, absolutely. But one of the things we've realized is looking at the space, Git is doing very well across the industry, and a lot of clients want to use Git. And one of our major focuses with DevOps is to say Z is not different. There's nothing about the DevOps process about Z that should be different. You should be doing the same processes, same procedures, test-driven development, all of those things. So when we looked at it and we said, well, why not Git? So if a company has selected Git as their SCM, why not? So we worked with Rocket, and they've done the port. And so they announced it in February, and so now you can do your ZOS development using Git.
Right. And why shouldn't you?
Why? Well, if Git isn't your answer, I'm not sure I'm a fan of Git, and I can figure out a lot of reasons why I don't like it. I did a blog of RTC versus Git to kind of talk about the two choices. But
if you've already settled on Git or you've invested in that Git, one of the things I've learned through my career in IT is you don't want to have duplicate or overlapping. It just does,
it doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It's inefficient.
And with DevOps, we're trying to break down the silos. We're trying to bring teams together. We're having people work together. And Z needs to be part of that.
Yes.
And so if you're using Git, well, let's just use Git and include the ZOS environment. And we've got most of the pieces. Jenkins already has a slave there. Urban Code Deploy can do your deploy. So we got this build problem in the middle that we're working on. So we're looking for sponsor users to help build that function. But if you have a homegrown proprietary build system, you can probably just use that. And so, we're working on this build part to make it better. But if you're going to use Git across the enterprise, you should start looking now at Git for ZOS as well.
Absolutely. No, there's no sense doing the multiple. Rosalind, I want to bring up one other point, then we're going to let you go. And that is, as I was talking to you earlier, where in past years we saw so much about multi-speed, two-speed, and sort of, treating the Z system people like they were on the spectrum or something, right? And they couldn't go as fast as the other kids. We don't see that here this year. Z systems are expected to go as fast or faster than any of these cloud native guys or any of that stuff.
That's absolutely true. There's nothing about Z that says it needs to be slow or any different. It's really the most modern platform we have, so it can go at whatever speed the business requires. And if that means I need to deploy in a few hours, if you've got a modern DevOps pipeline, you can deploy in a few hours. If that means that my business doesn't demand a deployment, then I don't. But the backend system, it's going to be a set of APIs. And those APIs have to be able to change as fast as the business needs them to, and it can. And maybe the front end system, I need to bit twiddle the mobile interface faster. But if a regulation hits, it's the back end system that has to change. So you have to be able to make those changes fast. And with a modern DevOps pipeline, you can do it anywhere. So there's no difference.
Absolutely. Well, Rosalind, thank you so much. We literally grabbed you off the floor here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Have a great time at the rest of InterConnect, and we'll speak to you soon.
Thank you much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Rosalind Radcliffe of IBM here on DevOps TV with Alan Schimmel, and we'll see you on our next video.